Welcome to the show. I'm your host, Connor Knowles, and this is the Nerdic Gods MMA show. This time,
Mhm.
post-show for UFC 268.
Yes, it's been a minute.
Been a minute.
Welcome back.
Sloan, thank you for joining me once again.
Of course.
A nice
I
early card this time,
Mhm.
Sloan.
That was nice. That was nice. I actually was able to stay awake. You know, didn't have to drink too many Red Bulls. It worked out pretty well, I
See,
must say.
see, I normally am up at that time anyways. I normally stay up till
Yeah.
like 3, 4 a.m. in the morning every day.
U-
So it was 5 for me.
Usually,
So I ended up having to wake up early, which
yeah, no,
that was annoying.
no, I feel like 'cause I usually have to work day shifts on Saturday, so I'm there at 8 in the morning. So I'm usually just up the whole entire day. So if they have like a 10 o'clock main card, I'm like up from like 8 in the morning to like 1 to 2 in the morning the next day.
That's a long
Uh,
day. That's a
It's a
very long
long,
day.
it's a long day, but I gotta get that MMA in, my friend. Gotta watch some fighting.
Definitely. I didn't know what to
Mm.
do with myself after the fight, so I was like, "Oh, well, it's my Saturday."
Yeah, it's like, oh, I
it's,
guess I'll just
it's
like
only
do
like
some
4
chores or something.
p.m. Like, oh,
But
all right. Guess I'm just playing video games now.
there you go. But
Anyways, let's get into this
mm,
card. I want to go over the whole thing here. Got a fun card here, so we'll
oh
start up
yeah,
at the top.
yeah, it
Glover
was
Glover Teixeira defeated Jan Blachowicz by submission, rear naked choke in round number 2.
I know
Pretty
that
much
was
dominated the whole fight. Sloan, I know you're a big Glover fan, so
yeah,
you gotta be
man,
happy for him here.
man. I was happy. I was happy. I was like, Glover, yes, you did it, buddy. So many years, he finally got it. Especially as how old he is now, and he's just like, it's really inspiring too, a little bit. You know, you see this guy, he's been going at it forever. He thought he was done, but he comes back with this crazy winning streak, looking dominant, looking better than ever. Now to get that title, oh man, it's exciting stuff. I'm happy to see that Glover did it. He looked great. I'll be interested to see moving forward what he does. Love the Polish power. Jan's great. Anybody that calls himself Broly is good in my book. But it was a fun fight. It was good to see, and I was happy to see Glover get it.
Yeah,
It's one of those.
there was a point after the fight where he went up and he
Yeah,
hugged Big Knock,
yeah,
Nogueira, and they
yeah,
both started
yeah.
crying, and I started tearing
Uh,
up a little bit right there.
yeah,
I was like, oh
definitely.
man, it feels so
I
good for Glover, you know. You just see a guy just
yeah,
try and try again,
yeah.
like he would always get to another top contender, and you'd think he'd get
Uh-huh.
close to getting another
Yeah.
title shot after losing it to John Jones.
Hmm.
And he'd lose sometimes devastatingly, like with
Yeah.
Anthony Johnson when he knocked him out, or with
Yeah.
Gustafsson when he knocked him out,
Yeah.
But Glover just kept trying and trying.
Yeah.
And I don't know, probably a few years back, we definitely all
Mhm.
thought like there's no
Mhm.
chance he's ever getting
Oh
that
yeah.
title. Once you hit
100%.
40 and you're still fighting,
Hmm.
you're pretty. No one's thinking this man's
Yeah.
gonna get a title shot and hold that belt eventually.
No, definitely.
By that point with his age, I think
Mhm.
everyone was just thinking
Mhm.
like, okay, I mean, he's gonna have a few more fun fights and ride off into
Yeah.
the sunset. They just
No,
put this
definitely.
string of great wins together
Mhm.
against the other
Mhm.
top contenders in that light heavyweight division, and
Yeah.
ended up pulling it out against Jan too. Couldn't
Yeah.
believe
No.
it.
It was great. It was great. He looked he looked good. He looked dominant. He looked like he was just in there ready to take that gold and get on going.
I think the
It
only
was
hiccup was like Jan landed a good left hook at one point and
yeah.
kind of wobbled him a
Yeah,
little
yeah, yeah.
bit. Yeah, and then
No, definitely.
other than that, though, it was pretty much all
Mhm.
dominance by Glover Teixeira.
I mean, once he got him to the ground and got that choke in, I mean, it was a quick tap.
Quick tap, very quick tap.
Mhm. Yeah.
They were off. I know the commentary booth was thinking something was wrong with Jan. I wonder if something's gonna
Yeah,
come out
yeah.
that something was wrong with him. He did look really off,
Yeah,
Jan, like the
for
whole
sure.
fight. Not to take away anything from Glover, but
Well,
like
well, honestly, and I mean, in my opinion, with the light heavyweight division, is I feel like that belt is probably gonna like
playing
switch
hot potato
around
for a little while.
for a little bit.
Yeah,
Because a lot of the guys up in that top divisions, they win some, they lose some, they win some, they lose some. Like there's not too many really big active streaks in the light heavyweight division. I mean, I think Glover now has one of the biggest at 6 wins.
yeah, 6 in a row. Yeah, that
Yeah.
probably has to be the top one, at least in the UFC right now. Because I know
Mhm.
we'll talk about what's next for Glover in a little bit. But
Yeah.
Yuri Prohaznik coming up, he's got
Uh-huh.
I think like 10 or 11 in a row right now. But of course, he's
Uh,
only had 2 fights in the UFC.
yeah. I feel like honestly, he could be the next one if I had to guess.
I mean, we can just get into it now. What
Yeah.
do we want to see Yuri Prochaznik next against Glover Teixeira then for the belt? I think that's the obvious fight to make here.
I mean, I would probably say so. I mean,
I think the only other option would be rematch with Jan, but I don't know.
yeah.
It seems like everyone's pretty accepting that that's not what we want next. So even
It,
Jan
it,
himself
it,
said he's going to need a couple. So
yeah. It honestly would probably be him. Like, it's probably not gonna be Smith, especially with how bad Glover beat him the last time they fought.
yeah, Smith on a good win streak though
Yeah,
right now. I believe he's on
he
like a
is.
4-fight
He
win
is.
streak again.
I think if Smith got one or two more wins, he'd probably be back in that title contention, or just one really good, solid win.
Sure.
Probably be back in there.
Yeah.
Then,
I mean, there's some fun names heating up too. You got
yeah.
Alexander Radnick's right out there.
Yeah.
He's on a good little win streak. Then Anthony Smith, like you just said. Now you can add Jan into that conversation too, contenders.
Oh, yeah.
So light heavyweight's looking good right now. But yeah, what's probably next is Glover Teixeira versus Yuri Prochaznik. And what a story that fight is, right?
Oh yeah.
You got the old grizzled vet who doesn't make any mistakes really versus Yuri Prochaznik, who's just a fucking wild man.
Yeah. That fight could go really crazy.
Yeah,
Just
definitely.
kind of, I can see that fight going really wild. I'd probably just rooting for Glover. Just
I think so.
I just want to see him get maybe one title defense under his belt, if anything.
This would be a real proving ground too.
Yeah.
Like I feel like everyone would really accept you as the champion then if you beat Yuri, just because that is the young hungry contender on a huge win streak. He's got crazy knockout power. So
no, definitely
scary guy for your first title fight for sure.
Oh, 100%. But that's probably who. If I was the UFC, I would probably we want to go with this.
Yeah,
this
definitely.
Fella,
I think that's what you want next. I think
try to build him up a little bit more.
Their best hope is they're probably hoping Yuri wins it, and not only wins it but holds that belt for a little while.
Yeah.
I think they're looking for a John Jones replacement at that division.
No, somewhat. Definitely.
And I mean, while I love Glover and everything he's done, he's 43 or 42 now, right?
I mean, realistically, how many more fights does he even really want to do? Because
let me ask you this: did you think Glover was going to retire immediately after? Because I thought as soon as he won, I was like, okay, just retire.
I think if he could have, he probably would have wanted to. But if I had to assume, I bet they put in a contract with him that he has to at least do one title defense, if anything.
I don't think you can do that though, can you? Can you be like you can't retire?
I feel like they probably could. No,
maybe some backroom deals there, but I feel like that's illegal to write that on paper.
Sure. It's just cause I know the UFC, they have not liked it when people have gotten the belt and retired right after.
Yeah,
and then just
definitely
throws it out and open. Then you potentially lost somebody that you could have just kept building up the whole entire time.
They hate it.
Yeah.
Like when Cejudo retired, they hated it.
Yeah. So I'm sure if they could find a way to at least get one title defense out of somebody, they probably would do it.
Yeah.
And then after that, sure, let him retire, something like that.
Yeah, I'm with you. It's interesting though. It's just like how much longer will Glover keep going? He said he'll just go until he doesn't love it anymore. So it's like, okay. I mean, all right, 42. It's just like it's a feat. Like we've never seen this, I guess I know Randy Couture was very old, but still, that wasn't. I mean, that was modern day UFC, but it's a little different now.
Oh, definitely.
A lot more tougher competition nowadays.
I mean, look, Glover looked really good in that fight. Like honestly, man, he's looked so good.
That's the thing, I think you didn't even get rocked.
I know. Like who wants to go into that fight? And people will probably be doubting him a little bit more than they should, because he's most of his past couple fights, he's just looked dominant. I mean, his hands have looked great. His ground game is great. He has that experienced, cage fighting. He knows what to do, how to, get in there.
And that's it. Combine that with the not inexperience, but somewhat inexperience of Yuri, and you watch Yuri fight, that man's getting hit every second. And he gives no fucks. He's just coming forward and throwing crazy shit at you. And I don't know. It's gonna be interesting to see if the chin holds up Glover, and then if Glover can just capitalize on Yuri's mistakes, which he makes a lot of.
No, definitely.
then Yuri's just gonna come in with some spinning shit and knock him out.
It's probably will be a good amount of spinning stuff.
A
If I had to
lot of
guess.
spinning shit in that fight. That's the main prediction there.
It's gonna be every 2 minutes. It's gonna be a spinning thing. It's gonna come out of somewhere, spinning back from his spinning leg. It's gonna spin that hair right into his face.
Oh man, he has some wild hair. Wild hair.
I feel like you could use it as a weapon. It's like, oh my lord.
Okay, then for Jan next.
Yeah.
Gonna have to build himself back up a little bit here. You got a name in mind you want to see him fight?
I mean, obviously it's Aljo. Like that's what it.
Oh no, Jan Blachowicz.
Jan Blachowicz. Sorry. I thought we were going to the next fight.
We'll get there.
For Jan, yeah, Jan. For him, I mean, being the champ, either you wait a little bit, get a rematch, or if not that, probably fight somebody like Anthony Smith.
Yeah, Anthony Smith could be a good one. They've also never fought.
Mm-hmm.
A rematch with Thiago Santos. They haven't fought since back in their days. I know that was Anthony Smith. They haven't fought in a while though. Thiago Santos and Jan. And I remember that being a crazy fight, the first fight. So
you do that.
They coming off that big win against Johnny Walker from last month. So
you could always do a rematch with Dominic Reyes.
Yeah, you could do that again too. Dominic Reyes still out there looking for a fight too. From I read an interview with him. You got
Magomed now. Who I think
Magomed and Kalaev.
Yeah. So he's kind of up on there. Like he could be a potential.
That's a guy I think a lot of these guys are going to be avoiding. Yeah, it's a tough fight with Magomed and not the very most fun stylistic fight. So that's just a rough go at it. That's the boogeyman of that division right now, I feel like.
Yeah, no, definitely. But those would probably be the guys I would say. I don't think anybody else. I mean, potentially. I mean, you got like Johnny Walker. You know, they could try to build him up a little bit more if they wanted to with Jan. But
it's funny because I would say Jan start thinking about sailing off into the sunset here, but with Glover winning the belt at 42, Jan's only 38. He's a spring chicken comparatively now.
No, definitely. I know Jan will keep going until he can't anymore. I mean, he doesn't seem like he doesn't want to fight. You know?
The man carries around a rope of a man that committed suicide on his
definitely.
wrist. So he's a fighter's fighter.
So yeah, I don't know, but there's some fun fights for both of them. That's for sure. I mean, Glover's gonna get the tougher fights just because he's the champ.
Yeah,
and I'll be interested to see how he does in them. Yeah, man, Jan. I mean that Polish power, man. I mean, he can be knocking. Didn't come through that night. And yeah, I mean, grappling didn't look, the best.
No, it never has been. But I don't know. I suppose I just expected him to be able to defend the takedowns. Because I did have Jan going into this fight. I thought he'd just clip Glover at some point.
Yeah. No, definitely.
Just couldn't get it done. Glover Teixeira, man, real vet. Feel good story, that one.
Yeah, 100%.
Moving on now to our co-main event. Peter Yan defeated Corey Sanhagen by unanimous decision.
Yeah.
Win the interim bantamweight title.
Yeah, that was a great fight.
Great fight. Fight of the night for sure. It was everything you expected it to be, right? Yep. I feel like everyone 100%. Going into this was like, okay, this is the fight on the card that's going to be the best. And it was.
Man, that was such a good fight. Jan's boxing it looks so good.
Incredible. It was crazy to watch too, because Sanhagen didn't. I don't know if he won the second, but 1 and 2 were very close, and he definitely won the first.
Yeah,
and it just felt like Sanhagen was gonna slowly pick him apart here, and it felt like Sanhagen really had a perfect game plan to beat Peter Yan. And then you just saw Jan slowly make all these reads, and then slowly he was countering him, and then slowly but surely he had an answer for everything Corey Sanhagen was throwing. And then come the 4th and the 5th round, he was just dominating him.
I feel like that's a lot of Piotr's fights, because where he's just like he kind of loses maybe the 1st and 2nd round, but after that he just goes on a clinic.
It's very smart. He'll stick to his style the whole time. He obviously has a game plan going in, and he will stick to it. And he obviously believes in himself so much, and then he just ends up pulling it out in these 5-round fights.
When he got that first spinning back fist to land, that combination.
Yeah, was that in the 3rd maybe when he dropped him?
Yeah, I think it was the 3rd. I was like, oh my god, that was
brutal. And it was
I feel
crazy too, because like that was another
uh,
read he was making where he couldn't
yeah,
catch him at the end of the combinations, and then he spun on it
yeah,
and then extended with that, and then he caught him with
no,
that and ended up dropping him with it. And I was like, man, Peter Yan,
I
the
know, I
smartest
know,
guy
I
out
know.
here.
I know it was impressive. Like if I was Aljo, I'm definitely like, I do not want to fight this guy.
No, I'm
I
worried.
don't want to. I don't want to fight this guy.
I'm worried. You would pray to God Sanhagen wouldn't win that.
Like, ooh.
Aljo, like
Uh,
so much respect to the guy. You know, he's the
uh-huh.
champ. You know, he
Yeah,
won that
yeah,
belt fair, not fair and square, but you know, yeah, through
yeah,
that
yeah, yeah.
illegal
No,
knee, he
definitely.
won the belt. He's the champ. But man, you gotta
Uh-huh.
be shaking in your fucking boots right now with Peter
Oh,
Yan coming back at you.
100%. Oh man, because yeah, because that division's fun. Like they got to fight, but is that gonna happen?
Clearly.
Is that gonna happen?
Yeah, I
Aljo
don't know.
might,
TJ
might,
Dillashaw's pretty convinced that Aljo's never
yeah,
coming back after that neck surgery, and
yeah,
I don't know, maybe he's
uh,
onto something. I don't know. The I was listening to an interview with Aljo, and it's like,
yeah,
man, it sounds really serious what you're going through right now with the neck, you know. And it's like,
uh-huh.
I don't know if you're gonna. He's saying he's gonna fight in December and stuff. It's like, buddy, I don't think any of that's happening, you know.
Yeah, probably not. Ah, man, he probably just won't fight again. Probably just get stripped of the belt as he goes.
Either that or like I just hope we get this done
Uh,
quick. Like let's get it
yeah,
done for like January, February if we can. You know, I know Jan just
no,
went through a
definitely.
war, but you know, I
Yeah,
don't know. It's unfortunate because
no, I agree.
I would love so much. I want it so bad. Peter Yan versus TJ Dillashaw. I want that fight
Yeah.
so bad.
Oh yeah, yeah. No, I
That would,
agree. I agree. That
if we
fight
just
would
want
be
to
a lot of
forget
fun.
about the belt for a minute and then schedule that for like
Yep.
March, I'm fine.
Oh yeah. No, 100%. I mean, that's what this fight should have been, was him versus Dillashaw.
Yeah, unfortunate Dillashaw
Yeah.
had to get another surgery on his knee,
Yeah.
so it won't be back to like Marchish. But yeah, that would
I
have
mean,
been awesome if we got that.
man, Corey's looks so good. I feel like he's
Still look
just
good.
like,
Still, I think he's
yeah,
still the youngest guy out of the
yeah,
people we're talking about. I know him and Peter Yan are like right about the same age. He might be. They might be like even the same year, but
right.
not the end of the world for Corey Sandhagen. I don't think. I think UFC is
Oh yeah,
really gonna
no.
remember that you did this for them. Stepped up on a month's notice.
Oh yeah.
Took the interim fight. Yeah, especially after that crazy war with TJ back in July.
Oh yeah, definitely.
So I don't think it's over for Sandhagen. I think he can just come back. He's just gonna have to go on a good win streak here, you know.
Yeah,
Which kind of
yeah,
sucks because
definitely.
he's a big name now, which means they're
Yeah,
gonna give him big names, which means harder to fight. So
yeah, definitely.
he's got his work cut out for him, but definitely not the end of the road for Corey
I
Sandhagen.
I mean, like he almost beat Dillashaw. He looked good against Jan. Like he didn't look bad by
Oh,
any
didn't
means.
get outclassed. Won a
Yeah,
couple of
yeah,
rounds, right?
yeah, yeah. No, definitely. So I think a couple more fights, he's probably got it.
Yeah, me too.
I could definitely see him being the champ at some point.
I'm him.
Because man,
I go
his
after that O'Malley fight. You know, I'm just gonna go
oh
after the
yeah,
name fights. You know, something
oh
like that.
oh
Especially
100%.
O'Malley's fighting like the 15th ranked guy next in
Yeah,
December, so
yeah,
it's like he
yeah.
wins that. Try to go after that. You know, try to get some names, get some money.
Oh
You
yeah,
know.
100%. And man, Sanhagen's knees are just so vicious.
Yeah, crazy. I know.
Like, ooh,
I thought Jan too. That's one thing I was really worried
yeah,
about for Jan is like he
uh-huh,
dips his chin like that. You know, very high
yeah,
guard, dip chin, and I was like,
yeah,
oof,
yeah,
a little bit shorter too than Sanhagen.
yeah.
I was like, ooh, Sanhagen times a knee at the right time, but
No,
yeah,
definitely.
he threw him though. I think he threw like three maybe.
Oh yeah, yeah. He threw a couple. And they look good. I mean, they're so
Mm-hmm.
quick. They come up so fast. You're like, oh
Gotta give Sanhagen a lot of credit with that game plan
yeah,
because it looked like
oh
the
yeah,
perfect game plan. Just keep picking
oh
away
yeah,
at him,
definitely.
wait for your big openings, throw your
Point,
big
point,
flashy knees and stuff, and then just kind of
point
pick
to
him
the
apart
body a
and win on
lot.
points. Yeah.
Yeah,
Also, he mixed in the takedowns a lot, which was
yep,
impressive, but wasn't
yeah,
able to get
definitely.
Jan down at them all. But it was at least making Jan think.
Yeah,
And then this just all
definitely.
goes to show how impressive Peter Yan is again, man. He just
Mhm.
ended up making all these reads and then
Yep,
adding up on the counters and still winning the fight.
no, definitely. It was impressive. That was just a fun fight to watch. Like that was just a good fight.
Yeah, very good fight. So then,
Mhm.
yeah, next Peter Yan, Aljamain Sterling for the undisputed bantamweight championship. Got to be up.
Oh yeah,
Got to do it again.
100%.
Run it back.
No, definitely.
And it's funny too because I feel like right now to me, and I feel like most of the fan base, it feels like Aljo is like the fourth or fifth best bantamweight in the world, you know. But he's the one with the belt.
No, yeah, no, I know. Well, it's just like he was getting beat in that fight. Like if he wasn't
Hmm.
getting beat in the fight, it'd be one
Like
thing.
worse than Sanhagen was. is.
Yeah,
I think we can all agree on that. Like,
oh yeah, Santagan definitely was doing better against Jan than old Aldo did.
yeah,
That's for sure.
yeah, for sure. I think we can all like agree on that too, which is
Yeah,
kind of
yeah,
crazy to think about. But yeah, so I hopefully they get this done. Hopefully March
yeah.
is the
I
word
agree.
going around. And then yeah, for Sanhagen, like I would like to see O'Malley, give this man a big name fight on like a fight
No,
night
it'd be
card.
good.
That would be cool.
They do that. I don't know. They could always do Aldo. That could be a fun one.
Aldo's fighting
Uh,
Rob Font
yeah,
and on a fight night in December. I think like that first week of December, December 4th.
that's
So
that's pretty. That's pretty close enough. I could see if Aldo getting a win on that, maybe.
yeah, the queue is
Uh,
definitely lining up at bantamweight because now you got
yeah,
TJ in the wings, then you got the
yeah,
winner Font Aldo, and
yeah,
Sanhagen's still out there, and Jan
yeah.
Aljo got a fight now. Then you got crazy
Hmm.
names. This is how good this division is. Then you got crazy names out there like O'Malley and
Yeah,
stuff like that too. So
yeah, yeah. No, it's definitely a fun division. You got that Song Yadong.
yeah, Sonya Don's out there. I think he just got a
Uh,
fight booked. Frankie Edgar's fighting Cheeto Vera next
yeah,
weekend. So which we'll go over that whole card at the end of this episode. So
mm,
but yeah, crazy division right now.
yeah, definitely.
Looking forward to the upcoming fights. Then your main event, Islam Makhachev defeated Dan Hooker by Kimura in the first round. Sloan, I know you were pulling for Hooker
Man,
here.
man.
It was funny, man, because Hooker walked out to Many Men by 50 Cent, and I was like,
Yeah.
oh, he's got this. Walk out to Many Men and just get starched, and that's
Oh,
exactly
that
what
was
happened here.
man. It seems because I figured that's what was gonna happen. It just Islam's just like so good, especially with his wrestling
It's just crazy
against.
because it just feels
Yeah,
like we have Habib again.
yeah,
Now
I
it
know, it
really just
does.
feels like Habib's back, but
I, I,
but in this other body,
I, I feel like it's like Habib, but with better hands.
Yeah,
You
that's
know?
that almost what it feels like, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. Like, jeez, like I feel bad for Hooker because that was just like
that was rough. That was a rough night out.
that was rough. Like, man, Hooker's had some rough ones. Like, he looked great his last fight. Um, but yeah, like, yeah, this
Rough
fight,
year for Hooker because
a rough
he
year
got
for
knocked
Hooker.
out in
Yeah,
January by Michael Chandler too. So
yeah.
yeah,
No,
this almost
it
has to
does
feel
stink.
worse than just
Yeah,
getting knocked out. Because at least when you get
yeah,
knocked out, you would get that whole you wake up and it's like, oh fuck, he caught me. This one
yeah,
is just like, nah, he just got a Kimura on me, and like yeah, it hurt for a second, and I was forced to
yeah,
tap. But then I just had
yeah,
to get up and still be
yeah,
like fully energized and ready to
yeah.
fight, And it's
I
like, oh,
know, I know.
that's got to be rough for Hooker.
That is a rough one. Like, man, all props to Hooker for even taking the fight, doing that. But like, oof, that is a rough one. Islam just came in and took care of business. I mean, that's just what that felt like.
How impressive is that guy,
Yeah.
man? I mean,
Oh
crazy.
man.
I don't think we obviously we saw
Yeah.
Hooker get knocked out by Michael Chandler earlier this year.
Yeah.
Knockouts sometimes can not feel like a fluke, but you know what I'm saying. It's like, okay,
Yeah.
he
Yeah.
caught him with a
Yeah.
punch. Good on you.
Yeah.
This it was just like,
Definitely.
no, he took you down, got you
Yeah.
down, and then once he was
Uh-huh.
down, he did whatever he wanted to you, and
Yeah.
he just easily got that Kimura on him, stepped over the head real nicely,
Mhm.
bam, put that shit back.
Oof. It
Oof.
was. It was. It was beautiful. It was beautifully done. Islam looked great. And even in his post fight thing, he was talking about how he wants the title shot, which I agree. I feel like at this point he should be probably the next title shot guy.
I'm with you
I would have to
because
say.
you could throw
Yeah,
out like the winner of Gaichi Chandler next weekend, stuff like
yeah,
that. Maybe even like a Nate Diaz fight, some crazy
yeah,
shit like that. But it's like you might as well just save all these for when Islam has the title now and just make
yeah.
these title defenses at this point because it feels like Islam Makhachev is the best lightweight in the world right now.
Oh yeah, no,
And
definitely.
maybe my
Like,
mind will change come December after I see
yeah,
Dustin Poirier, Charles Oliveira. But
mhm.
right now, it just feels like no one's stopping Islam.
Yeah, no, definitely. Like, he just like the top of that division looks really good, but man, Islam just seems. Yeah, I'd love to see
It just
him.
feels like Habib, right? Like it just feels
Yeah,
like he's on another level once he gets you to
I,
the
I
ground.
I would love to see him fight any of these top guys: Oliveira, Gaichi, Chandler, Poirier, like
If
any of them.
yeah, I think for what's next
Yeah,
for Islam, I think if they're not gonna do the winner of Charles Oliveira, Dustin Poirier. Then Biel Derniouche is right up there. He's ranked like number 3 right now, coming off that big win over Turner Ferguson. So
Yep.
I guess that would be the most logical one. Winner of that would have to get a title shot, right?
Yeah, definitely. But honestly, about this one, I just wait.
Yeah, might as
Honestly,
well see how all
may
these
as
fights
well.
play out too.
Yeah,
Because I
yeah,
mean, you got the next biggest lightweight fight with Justin
yeah,
Gaethje, Michael Chandler already next weekend. So
yeah.
wait for that. I think it depends on like how this all plays out. Because I feel like if
Right.
Poirier wins and if Gaethje wins, they'll want to do
Mhm.
that rematch Poirier Gaethje
Yeah,
too for the title. Because that's just money.
definitely.
That's just a
Yeah.
crazy fight. Everyone would buy that pay-per-view, you know.
No, 100%.
But if
No, I agree.
Oliveira wins and if Chandler wins, they're not gonna want
Mhm.
to run that back right away. So
Yeah,
then Islam could easily squeeze in for a title shot. So
definitely.
yeah, I think you're right on the money with just waiting for a little bit,
Yeah.
see how this all plays out.
Cause like, I don't like it when guys wait that often, but sometimes there's just, like, certain moments where it's like, maybe that's not such a bad strategy.
Yeah,
Where it's
definitely.
like,
Sometimes waiting pays off, you know. I mean, shit. Look at
like
Colby next weekend, right?
yeah,
Colby hasn't fought in 14 months now, right?
yeah.
Something like that.
Been
So
it's been a minute.
yeah, it's been a minute, and he just waited the whole time. Ended up getting a title
Yeah,
shot, you know.
yeah, definitely. So, I mean, it can work out. Like, it's always good to stay relevant,
For sure.
but, sometimes the weight's just what you need. Sometimes you just gotta let the top of the division kinda clear itself out a little bit.
Yeah, clear up that
Uh,
queue. We also
uh,
got to give a shout out to Hasbullah. Big win for him with Islam
yeah,
Makhachev. Got
yeah,
to go in the cage afterwards.
I
What a
know,
presence Hasbullah had during this whole card. You know,
I
he
know.
was there from like the first prelim on too. When I
Yeah.
was watching, he was
Oh,
just
yeah,
sitting there
he was there the whole time.
judging
Just
the
watching the whole
fights. And
time,
I'm
yeah.
like,
Oh, man. He's always getting picked up everywhere, like,
yeah, I
imagine,
wonder if he
like, your
likes it.
life where you're just, like, you're constantly just getting
People
picked
just
up.
always picking you up.
Yeah, just people's
I like
always
when
just picking you
Islam
up.
did the throwing him in the air shit.
Yeah.
Sorry.
It was
He
great.
also had a meme brawl with the other kid afterwards.
Yeah, yeah, that was a wild stuff happening over there,
wild,
man.
wild card.
Wild.
I would love to go to Fight Island one of these
No,
times.
yeah,
You know,
yeah, I bet it's a
that would be the
blast.
place.
Uh,
I'm never like dying to like actually go to fights in person, but I want to go to
uh-huh.
the Apex so bad for one of these
Yeah,
fights. Like I would love
no,
to go for
definitely.
like being there for like Ngannou Stipe or something like
Yeah,
that would have been
yeah, yeah.
crazy. Just
No,
like
I
a
agree.
silent room like that, you know, and
Mhm.
like giant men fighting. That sounds awesome.
Yeah, yeah, that would've been dope. That would've been very awesome. But, yeah, so it's good looking. Yeah, I'll be excited to see, what Islam does next, that's for sure.
For sure. Yeah, it just,
'Cause
you know, it feels like he
mhm,
really is the king without a crown right now. We got to end up getting Islam
yeah,
McGregor at some point,
yeah.
right?
Oh, man,
That
I hope
has
that
to be
happens.
coming.
It seems like McGregor is just spiraling out of control, so
He
we'll
definitely is,
see.
but like, man, if Islam gets the belt, they're gonna be so
Uh-huh.
tempted to do Islam McGregor once
Oh,
McGregor can come back. You know,
100%.
like they'll be,
Yeah.
that's just money. You know, that's the closest we're gonna get to Habib McGregor too. So
I would love to see Habib in his corner.
yeah, that's what
Just
it'd be
that,
too, right? And
yeah, just that
they'd all
oof.
have to brawl afterwards, you know.
I hope so.
Hezbollah comes in, he's throwing punches at McGregor and shit. That would have been great.
That would be amazing. That would be amazing.
So for Dan Hooker next, got a long road ahead of him. I feel like
I feel like doing what he did, that kind of still gives him a good amount of leeway, you know?
definitely
Yeah.
is bigger amongst the fans now. I feel like right
Yeah.
after he stepped up on this, I feel like we all respect him a lot more. We all kind of look at him as like the new cowboy right now. You know, like he'll just step
Yeah,
in and fight
yeah.
anyone, anytime, anywhere. You know.
No, definitely.
But yeah, definitely long road ahead of him. I think to get back up there, I would fight someone outside the top 10 again. You know,
Mhm.
let me pull
Oh,
up
yeah,
the
definitely.
rankings here, see if there's a name that pops out to me.
Because, I mean, like, are we even gonna see Tony come back? I haven't even heard much from
Yeah,
him as of late.
Tony been calling out Nate recently, stuff like
Oh,
that.
yeah.
That could be
Right,
a great
right.
fight. Honestly, you might be on the money there with Dan Hooker, Tony. Like
Yeah.
that would be a fantastic. Obviously, Tony anyone's a fantastic fight, but
No,
that would
definitely.
be very fun. You
I feel
got
like
guys
that would
like
be really
RDA
good.
out there, Gregor
Yeah.
Gillespie's out there. I don't know how much
Mhm.
Dan Hooker would want to just go into another wrestler, but that'd
Yeah,
be
yeah,
out
yeah.
there. Brad Riddell, who's his training partner,
Mhm.
so that probably wouldn't
Mhm.
happen. A lot of
Right.
fun fights out there. I mean, lightweight's just stacked, as we all know. It's been like the most stacked division for a while now.
No, definitely. So yeah, I don't know. I would probably say Tony is probably the best if I was
Tony'd be
Hooker.
cool. A fight night headline with
Yeah,
Tony.
yeah, that'd be the fight that I would want to get. I feel like that'd be going. But who knows what Tony's doing? I feel like I haven't really heard much from him.
Yeah,
Doesn't really.
Tony's got to be making a comeback soon this year. So.
Yeah, I hope so. I certainly hope so.
Okay, then our next fight, Alexander Volkov defeated Marcin Tybura by decision.
Mm-hmm.
Not the best fight. Not the best fight. Good win for Alexander Volkov here, but snapped that 5-fight win streak of Tabora. Got back on the horse for Alexander Volkov. Just a big guy. Alexander Volkov's fucking huge every time you see him. There was those close-up interviews with their head, and I'm just like, this guy's head is just massive.
Yeah. Gigantic dude.
Yeah, I think he's like 6'7". It's like, Jesus. He's that thin, too,
He's got that crazy back tattoo.
Long-ass legs on Alexander Volkov. Alexander Volkov's a scary motherfucker. That's what I'm trying to say here.
Oh, no, 100%. But honestly, with them, I don't even really know what you do too much. Like, it seems for Tybor, he had quite the streak going.
Yeah, it just feels like with Volkov, we're just always constantly watching him climb back up, and then something knocks him down, and it's just kind of unfortunate. It kind of feels like Glover Teixeira a little bit, honestly.
Yeah, no, definitely. Yeah, because, I don't know. So I don't even know what I want to see for him next. I mean, you got, like, Curtis or Stipe.
Yeah, I wonder if Stipe would take a fight like that, I don't know. Stipe, that would be a very good fight, right? Stipe Volkov. Yeah. But I don't know how interested in that Stipe would be, but I'd be interested.
I know Stipe just wants to get that title shot back.
Yeah, fight for that belt again.
Yeah.
Honestly, like a Volkov matchup though, if he was just looking for a fight, that'd be a good one for Stipe.
I feel like that would be a good one for Stipe.
Yeah,
good coming back.
The best thing on Volkov's side is that he's never fought Ngannou. So I feel like if Ngannou can become this dominant champion that we all think he could be, if he knocks out Gain and then knocks out whoever's after that, then Volkov would be one of those guys that's just there, like, hey, we need a pay-per-view headliner. Here you go,
No, definitely. No, I agree. That could be the surprise fight. Volkov gets the win.
Yeah, maybe. He's got the kicks and he's got the length for it, so maybe. Then Marcin Tabor, kind of a tough loss for him. Marcin Tabor has been around a while now in the UFC. When did he make his debut? Oh, only 2016. Okay, not that long. I would have said like 2012, something like that. But he's been around a while. Fought a lot of guys. Was just on a 5-fight win streak, which was the biggest of his UFC career. So unfortunate that he snaps that. But I guess you just keep climbing if you're Tybura. 35 now, so. Again, what is age now after Glover just won at 42?
No, definitely. I could see them like matching him up against like Tom Espinal or something.
Yeah, that'd be a fun one. Stuff like that. Get some up and comers in there.
Or even like a Walt Harris or something.
Walt Harris would be cool. Taiti Varsa's out there. Augusto Sakai's out there. Yeah, so I mean, heavyweight's very fun right now. A lot of, like you just said, Tom Aspinall, Chris Dawkins, guys like that are coming up. The younger guys. So yeah, a lot of good names out there for the heavyweights. See how they fare. Next up, the big one, Sloan. Khamzat Chimaev defeated Lingjie Lang by technical submission in the first round. Picked him up, ran him over to Dana.
Just started screaming at him.
Started screaming shit. He told him to get off his phone. That's what Khamzat said. He said Dana was on his phone during the fight. And he said, get off your phone when I'm fighting. You watch me. That's what he said. It's like, all right, man.
That's hilarious. Oh, my God. Khamzat, man, that guy is wild.
This guy, I don't know what to think of this guy. He's got so much hype behind him. It feels like, I don't want to say it's like this drastic, but it feels like when McGregor was first coming up. Like that's honestly what it's starting to remind me of. It just feels like he's getting more talked about than anyone else on the card. Dana was naming off some of the statistics that the Khamzat videos that he was posting were doing, and they were just doing like 10 times more views than everything else. So I don't know. This guy has been able to capture the wider audience in just 4 fights. I think he's landed like 250 strikes to 1 in the UFC. He's only been hit 1 time, and it's just crazy. Now he's number 11 at the welterweight division. So
No, I know. He's just going up. I mean, he's just so dominant. All of his fights that he's had, dominant.
Dominant, complete dominance. You know.
It wasn't even like a question. Like I figured Lee was gonna do all right, but
I did
nothing.
too. I thought like,
Yeah,
okay, I mean, Lee's a real one. You know, Lee coming off
yeah,
that big Ponzinibbio knockout from like
yeah.
last June. So I thought Lee was gonna give him a run for his money at least, and
No,
nope,
definitely.
just came in, got taken down. Hazmat did whatever he wanted, then just
I,
pretty easily got that choke sunk in.
I mean that welterweight division, man, it's gotta watch out for this dude. I mean,
Be scared.
he's
Be
coming up.
scared. Because not only that,
Coming
he's
up.
a gigantic
Yeah.
welterweight. He's fucking huge for that
I hope
division.
it'd be cool if they did the Neil Magny fight next
Yeah.
for him.
See, a lot of people are saying
Yeah.
Nate, and it's just like, if I'm Nate, I don't take that. Fuck that. You know? Why the hell would I fight an unranked savage like this guy, you know?
I mean, Nate would if the money was right, Nate would probably take that.
I'm sure he would if the money was right, but like,
Yeah.
why? You know, I feel like you could
But
get the same amount of money and have an easier
no,
fight.
yeah, no, definitely. I think they need to do that Neil Magny fight. I know Neil was even calling for it at one point.
It's a good
Like he
matchup
wanted,
too,
yeah,
right? Because
yeah,
Neil is very good
yeah,
everywhere. You know,
yeah,
he's one of those really well-rounded guys that can defend
yeah.
takedowns, throw strikes, defend chokes, all that
Mhm.
stuff. So
No, definitely.
that would be the most compelling to me, I think.
Yeah, yeah,
And I think that makes sense ranking wise next because
yeah.
I don't know what it is with Hazmat, but it just seems like
Uh-huh.
everyone's willing to just throw him to anyone. Remember when he was
Yeah,
scheduled to fight Leon Edwards, who's number
yeah, I
3
know,
in the
I know.
division? And it's
Yeah, I
like, what are
know,
we
I know.
doing? You know, this guy's had 4 fights. No one else would get that type of privilege, you know? No one else.
And, well, he's really kind of shown that he's gonna be like a star.
Yeah.
Like just as this guy is a wild man.
And it's funny
People
because I don't
love
know
the
what
wild
it
man.
is. Like, he's dominant,
Yeah.
but we see guys
Uh,
that are dominant, you know?
I,
It's
th-
like
I
he
think
has that broken, scary English, but we see
yeah,
that
yeah.
before too. So I don't know exactly what it is with Hazmat that's making him so
He's
popular.
well, it's like the trash I know coming in talking about he's gonna murder everybody.
Talk about how he's
And
gonna eat people.
yeah, yeah, he's just
Like,
like
dude, that's not
saying
legal. You can't do
this
that.
wild stuff. Like, wasn't there like the whole thing where like he went to Ireland to go like punch McGregor and they like stopped him at the airport
Did
or
that
something?
happen?
I think I could be lying about that, but I feel like something
It's
along
not
those
far. He
lines
lives in
happened.
Sweden, so
I
I don't know how far that is, but I mean,
well,
shit.
like, I heard something like that. It was like this guy is wild. He's
A
a wild man,
wild guy. He definitely is.
and you can tell he's there to dominate and fight. Like he's there to smash some people.
Nah, he ain't fucking around once he gets in
Yeah,
there. Like
yeah,
he's there to put you out somehow, you
yeah.
know. And that's what's crazy about him, I guess, is that like we don't see a lot of guys that are just so going
Well,
for it at
well, we
all
also got,
times of the fight.
we also got to think like Lee and him had almost pretty similar stats wise, like weights, height, and he just like went over there and just lifted him like it was nothing.
Like he was not
Yeah,
like Legion Lane is a guy that has been around the
yeah,
UFC for a while. Here, I could even give you the exact year. I think he's been around since like 2014, and like he's only lost to top competition. He made his debut in May 2014, and he's only lost 5 fights out of like 15 here, and he's coming off that huge win over Ponzinibbio. So it's like, who was
yeah.
another top ranked guy? It's just
Mhm.
I don't know. It's just crazy to see that Hazmat was just able to walk through him like he's nothing.
No, yeah, no, definitely. It was impressive. So I'll be excited to see where this Chimaev train goes.
Me too. I think you do a
See
main
her.
event next at the very least.
Oh yeah,
I
yeah,
think a main
definitely.
event, and I think you're right on the money with Neil Magny. I think
I,
that'd be a great
yeah,
main event.
I feel like Neil Magny's is the fight there. I feel like that'd be a good fight.
Yeah,
Because I mean, there's not too many other people. I mean, you could do Stephen Thompson.
yeah. Wonder Boy would be
I
there too.
mean,
Yeah,
I
I mean,
mean, I mean that's a tough
it's like
fight for
all
Wonder
these guys.
Boy.
I'm just
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
oh my god,
yeah.
stay away from this
I
guy.
know, I know. It's like, whew.
Trying to see now, cause yeah, Lee was number 11. Below Muhammad would be a good fight too.
Yeah, definitely.
Muhammad's on a good win streak there. So I know Michael Chiesa is fighting Sean Brady, I think in December already. So that's coming up.
Yeah.
Maybe winner of that. But it's just like, again, I feel like I'm getting ahead of myself here because even Wonder Boy is already number 5, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But I suppose that's not too crazy if Hazmat's gonna be ranked number 11 already. So
I mean, it just kind of depends. Because, I mean, Masvidal and Leon are fighting. I want to say, doesn't Gilbert have a fight?
Gilbert does not have a fight.
Does he not have a fight?
No, yeah. So that would be out there. That's a hard fight too, right?
Yeah, Gilbert. You got Vincent Luque. I don't know if he has a fight.
Yeah, Luque doesn't have a fight yet either. I know him and Nate have been circling each other for a couple months now, but doesn't seem like anything's getting signed on that front.
So if it's not any of them, I mean Neil Magny.
Yeah.
That's just
I'm with you on the Neil Magny.
Yeah.
I think Neil Magny is the perfect next test, and that's like a tougher fight. You know, I feel like Neil Magny, like, no disrespect to Wonderboy Thompson, but he doesn't have the best takedown defense. I feel like Neil Magny has that takedown defense. He has tools
100%.
that could cause problems for him or Hasman.
For sure. So I think that'd be a fun fight. Good next fight for him. And then Lee, I'm not too sure. Not too sure what we do with I imagine he'll just fight whoever.
Yeah, whoever. You know, there's a lot of guys knocking on that door to get into the rankings at welterweight. So again, welterweight, another just stacked division. So yeah,
I don't know.
Just
I don't know if he's fought Bilal. That could be one.
Yeah, that could be something. You know, no disrespect to Lee, but he's gonna take a while to climb back up from this.
I mean, it stinks when you get dominated like that. Because it's just like, you know, that puts you down a little bit more to say it was just like a good competitive fight.
Now everyone's seen you get like starched, right?
Yeah. And it's like, oh well, that's not good.
No,
that's not what you want to see. Like even if it ended in round 1 at 3 minutes and it was a competitive fight, that still looks better than, you know, just what happened there.
Yeah,
basically just got manhandled.
Not landing a single strike. You know? It's hard to come back from that, especially when you're a ranked fighter.
Yeah,
no, but definitely. Just climb. The best case scenario for him would be that Hasmat goes on and beats everyone and becomes champ, right? Because then it wouldn't look so bad.
No, definitely, 100%.
All right, cool. And then our main card opener, Magomed Ankalaev defeated Volkan Ozdemir by decision. Not the best opener here, I thought, but you know,
it was all right. It wasn't too bad.
Magomed Ankalaev proven to be quite the force at light heavy.
Yeah, no, definitely. No, definitely. He looked good. He Volkan Ozdemir, tough guy. Definitely.
Yeah, definitely. Been kind of becoming the gatekeeper at light heavyweight, I'd say.
Yeah.
Volkov, you know, you get past Volkov, okay, you can start talking about a title shot now.
No, definitely. And Magomed, honestly, he probably only needs, say, another 1-2 fights, get that title shot.
Yeah, what is his win streak now? It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 7-fight win streak of light heavyweight. That's you don't need much more than that at that division either. You know, he's beaten a lot of guys there. Only loss is to Paul Craig. He got choked out in the very last second of his UFC debut against Paul Craig. Yeah. I forgot all about this.
Yeah, no, that's right. Could do that rematch. There you go.
You could do that rematch. Yeah, I think Paul Craig is fighting. I know he's got to fight against someone, or he had to fight. No, he was supposed to fight Gustafsson. No, maybe that got rescheduled. I don't know yet. But yeah, certainly at least a top 5 opponent next for Magomed. You know, let me see who's in that top 5. You got Anthony Smith, Thiago Santos, Alexander Radnik. Maybe the Radnik fight makes the most sense. I know he's on a good little win streak, so
definitely.
I'd probably go with that next. Then you have Volkan. You know, always a fun guy to watch. Has that big knockout power, so you can pretty much match him up against any other light heavyweight too, right?
No, definitely. I do agree. Yeah, Volkan, like they'd probably give him like a Johnny Walker, Ryan Spann,
something like that, right? Someone coming off a loss from there. Yeah. Johnny Walker would actually be a fun fight.
Yeah, I think that'd be a good one.
Yeah, I'd be down with that. All right, cool. Then our main prelim, Amanda Ribas defeated Virna This is where the names, folks, are going to get very complicated because I do not know them that well, and there's a lot of heavy names here,
like Jandaroba,
who walked out to Island Boys. Which God, I was just hoping she would lose after that. You know? Like, this girl needs to get knocked out now. The audacity she fucking has to walk out the Island Boys.
No, I feel that. Yeah, that fight wasn't too bad. It was alright.
It was a good fight. I like Amanda Ribas, big fan of her. So it was the first round was looking a little dicey for her, but then she came back, dominated 2 and 3. So I was happy to see it. Big Amanda Ribas fan. Yeah, next for her, I don't know. Just keep climbing those ranks, you know?
Oh yeah, 100%. I mean,
She's willing to jump back and forth too between 115 and 125. So
yeah,
like a lot of girls nowadays, honestly, there's a lot of girls
yeah,
hopping back and forth between that division. So yeah, I would just like keep climbing the ranks for her. Some fun fights out there, maybe like a Michelle Watterson type fight
yeah.
would be fun.
No, definitely. Yeah, that'd be good. Do that. Mackenzie Dern, Claudia Goodell.
Yeah, she has a
You
win
know.
over Dern
Yeah,
too. So
yeah,
I know Dern ended up being higher ranked with her after a win over Nina Asroff. So yeah, I don't
mhm,
know. Rebus, yeah, Claudia Goodell would be a good fight too.
yeah.
Mainstay in that division.
There's some fun stuff for
For sure. Big things ahead for Amanda Reba.
her.
She's a good personality too. Good one to have in the UFC.
Yeah, definitely. I
And
do
then
agree.
Virna, yeah, you just
Uh-huh.
keep working your way up if you're Virna.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like a lot in that division is usually just a couple girls getting some wins and a loss, couple wins and a lot.
Yeah,
Always just
it's pretty
kind of
much how it
like
goes here.
it's going back and forth, a lot of the
That division
time.
getting a little
Uh,
stale, kind of. I feel like that top five has been like the mainstay top five for like a little while now.
yeah,
I feel like I'd like to see some new blood getting there.
no, I agree.
Because we
I
don't really
definitely agree.
have, because obviously we have Waylene versus Rose next week.
Mhm.
I feel like we don't really have a clear this girl's next. I know Marina Rodriguez coming off that big win over Mackenzie Dern from last month, but it feels like she still needs one more.
Yeah.
Carla's out there, who it feels like
Mhm.
they should almost fight again, Marina and Carla, to prove
Yeah.
who's really next, But yeah, see, even
I
those names I just named, I guess Marina's new, but like Carla's been around since
I
like
mean,
the
I feel
the
like they like
beginning.
Dern quite a bit. They'll probably try to get her that title shot
They do
best
like
they
Dern quite
can.
a bit, yeah. It, it,
Yeah.
it was unfortunate that Dern ended
Mhm.
up losing to Marina because I feel like that would have been a
Yeah.
hyped pay per view at
Yeah,
some
yeah,
point
yeah.
with Rose and Dern or Wailing and Dern, but
No,
Dern
definitely.
gonna have to work her way back up a little bit.
Mhm. No, 100%.
Then the next fight in the card, Zabira Tagomurmov, whatever the hell
Mhm.
his name is. This is the guy that ran in the cage and hooked McGregor after during the Habib brawl. This is what I know him
Okay, gotcha.
from. Yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
He
That's
defeated
hilarious.
Ricardo Ramos by unanimous
Mhm.
decision. Good fight here.
Yeah.
This Zabira guy has probably the most impressive striking out of that camp, that big Habib camp.
Yeah, yeah,
He looks much more like a kickboxer than the rest of them do. I would say much more
definitely.
natural on his feet.
Definitely. I would say so. It's a good fight, all in all. Featherweight, fun division.
Yeah,
I'll
fun division for
be
sure. Obviously, neither of these guys ranked, so just gonna keep working his
mhm.
way up there. But
Yeah.
this guy's been around a while too.
Mhm.
The thing now, so I don't know. I don't know if he's ever gonna get to that point where we're talking about title shots for him. He seems like to be the one guy coming out of
Yeah.
that Dagestan camp that's just like,
Mhm.
we'll see if he gets a title shot. Everyone else is like, oh,
Right.
he's the best of the world, but this guy's
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
we'll see.
Mhm. Yeah, just a bag record, 20-5.
No, it's not bad. Not bad at all. Has that wrestling too on him, so definitely very well-rounded fighter.
Yeah.
Albert Durirov defeated Roman Kopylov by unanimous
Mhm.
decision. Little middleweight
Mhm.
fight here.
Yeah, I'll be honest. I remember watching the fight, but I can't remember much about it.
Yeah, I
I'll
gotta
be
be honest.
honest.
This is one where
I'll
I'm
be
like, I
honest.
don't know what happened on this one.
Uh,
Nothing spectacular. I
I
know that much.
I know my body was in the room, but I cannot
My eyes
remember.
were on the screen, but I don't remember any of this happening. Must not have been a very good fight, let me tell
Uh,
you.
uh, I can't remember.
This next one, though, I do want to talk about because this one was great.
Mhm.
I practiced this name, Sloan.
Oh, did you?
A
Oh,
little
okay.
bit,
Yeah, let's
but
hear it.
not the first part, just the Zalecki part, Zalecki dos Santos.
That's good. That's
That's
good
what I
enough.
practiced. Yeah,
There we go.
defeated Benoit Saint
Uh,
Denis by
mhm.
unanimous decision. This was the fight with the crazy ref.
This fight was almost it got a little rough to watch
The
after a
second
little bit
round was
there.
just like that ref was just like let him
Yeah.
die,
Just
let
let
him
him get
die.
after it. Let him get to it. I think they ended up ejecting him after that
Yeah,
fight
he was supposed
for
to
the rest of
ref the
the
I think it was the Tabor Volkov fight. I think he was supposed to ref that,
gotcha.
and they were like, "Nope,
Mm.
this
Nope,
guy's not
look,
going back in there."
look, gotta get him out of here quick. Like, whew.
But yeah,
I
Dos
mean, that
Santos
was.
just put it on this guy who's making his UFC debut in like a matter of the whole second round was just brutal to watch.
I mean the Saint Denis guy. You almost looked like he was coming back at one point. Like,
Yeah. There was a point
you
in the
know,
second, right at the end, where he clipped him, and you're like, "Oh, this is why the ref let it keep going."
it's like, oh man.
But there ended
It's
up
like,
being no
oof.
reason to
Yeah,
send them
yeah.
back out there because that guy was just getting a beating.
That was bad. But they kept going anyway. But
And then the
that
ref
was
in the third, remember this when he just took a point from
yeah.
Dos
Yeah.
Santos? Yeah.
Didn't tell anybody either.
No, didn't tell
say
him. I think it was a
anything.
groin strike, and I think it was the
Yeah.
first one. Not even a warning.
Yeah.
And the ref was like,
Yeah.
"Oh, you get a point taken away."
Yeah, which is like, come on, man.
Ref was just like, I'll let you almost murder this man in the second round, but you hit him in the nuts once. Nah, no warning.
Can't do it.
Can't do it.
Can't do it. That's absurd.
How great would it have been if the other guy won by decision because of that point?
Got nutshotted. Got the fight. Oh my lord, that'd be terrible.
I don't know if there was like a pullout, a last minute pullout or something at this point, but why was Saint Denis fighting Zaleski Dos Santos? Because Zaleski Dos Santos has been around a while in the UFC. He's been around since 2015, and like he's fought a lot of good guys. So that's a tough task for your debut.
No, definitely. You know, I mean, the other guy, I think he was undefeated at that point. I think he was 8-0.
Yeah, only 8-0 though. It's always just like
yeah.
that's like nothing compared to a lot of these guys.
No, definitely. Probably just wanted to get him out to the waters, see where he's at.
Yeah, interesting fight though.
Yeah, definitely.
Hopefully that guy's able to come back and win a few because he certainly deserves something after all that.
Yeah, no, definitely. But yeah, it was that was definitely a tough fight. Got to see some toughness in that fight.
Yeah,
That's
the
for sure.
Frenchmen, you know, they don't go down easily.
Oh yeah, was not going down easy at all.
Next up, at light heavyweight, Mikhail Oleksiejczuk defeated Shamil Gazmutov by TKO round 1.
That was quick.
That was quick. Yeah, this was a very quick one.
Yeah, I remember that going crazy.
Yeah, nice little finish there.
Yeah.
Next up at featherweight, then this was a really good knockout. I thought this was probably knockout of the night for sure. Lerone Murphy defeated Makokan Irmakani by KO knee round 1.
No, that was a.
Round 2. Excuse me. Right in the beginning of round 2.
Yeah, right in the beginning of round 2. It was
big
quick.
knee.
Yeah, just boom, out of nowhere, fight done.
Timed it perfectly on that takedown. Didn't even have to lift the knee up much, you know. It was like maybe like 2 inches off the ground, and then that was enough force to, you know. I suppose when you're coming in for a takedown and you're going straight into the knee like that, just you're almost knocking yourself out, right? It's almost like he ran into a pole, like running into that knee, right?
No, definitely. Yeah, no, that was vicious looking.
Yeah, Makwan was out for quite a while after that.
Yeah, for a hot minute.
It's always scary when the refs read it off who won the fight and the other guy's still out on the ground.
Yeah, he's not up there. You're like, it's not too good.
Makwan, you gotta fear for him then after. He definitely, it was woke up, and then a lot of guys get really emotional after they just got knocked out, and he got really emotional right after that. So yeah, brutal one to watch, but big win for Lerone Murphy, who's undefeated in the UFC. I think he's 14-0. Not in the UFC, but I don't know, he's 11-0 overall now. 4 wins in the UFC. Well, 1 draw against Zabir Tugumov, who we just talked about earlier. So
that's pretty dope. It's a good record, especially in featherweight.
Yeah,
definitely see him coming up.
Yeah, another featherweight prospect coming up.
Get a couple more wins like that, I think he'll be looking pretty good.
For sure, definitely. Big name coming out of England too. England could always use some more names, so
yeah, definitely.
There you go. Then middleweight, Andre Petrovsky defeated Hugh Janzon by submission, arm triangle. And this Hugh guy looked like 2 weight classes up. Was this one of the ones you missed?
I got to this fight right at round 3.
Oh, okay.
So I did see him submit the guy.
It was a really good fight, but the Hugh guy just looked like a fucking heavyweight in there. It's like, how the hell is this guy being middleweight?
He's a big dude. That's 3-3. It's an interesting record.
Is that his record, really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's pretty bad, huh? Yeah, I know this
Pretty
other
good.
guy was on the Ultimate Fighter, the Andre
Yeah,
Petra guy, and he was like the biggest prospect coming in there. I think he dropped
yeah,
him during the Ultimate Fighter though, but seems like a legitimate prospect. Was able to
yeah, no,
tough it out.
definitely.
So, and then your first fight was Tiger. Oof, not even gonna try that last name.
Ulinbekov.
Ooh, there you go. There you go. Hey, we'll go with that. There's Alan Nascimento. Defeated him by unanimous decision.
yeah,
I think I missed majority of
yeah.
this one as well.
How did you? Yeah, I didn't need to check it out. Looks like the guy that won's got a good record. They were 14-1 flyweight.
Yeah, it wasn't the deepest
Uh,
prelims in the world, but
uh
overall, I mean, the card was just super solid.
Yeah, yeah, no, definitely. It's good card all in all.
Yeah, good
The main
card.
card was definitely very good.
Yeah, I feel like every fight in the main card was like there to deliver. You know, had some good names on there, so there was something interesting on the main card. Prelims, not so much. But yeah, we can put 267 to bed now. Overall, had a great time with it. You know,
It's good. It was nice that it was a free fight.
yeah,
You know,
definitely
didn't have to pay for it, which was nice.
pumps up next
Definitely.
week's pay per view. Don't ever do that with the times again, though, UFC. Never again.
It was early. It was early.
Way too early.
10:30 in the morning. Gotta go.
Not for me. Not for
Gotta go watch
me.
the UFC.
Okay, slow. We will now move on to a little bit of the news that has happened over the past few weeks here.
Oh, yeah.
I haven't talked since after last month's pay per view.
I know it's been a minute. There's been a lot of things have happened.
Okay, first one. Big news here. Jorge Masvidal will fight Leon Edwards at UFC 269 on December 11th. They got it done, Sloan.
I know. Finally.
Finally.
Took forever. But the fight is there. Can't wait for those press conferences.
Oh, they're gonna be good press conferences. Leon and Jorge. Those will be great. You're right on that. That's almost as exciting as the fight, you know.
No, definitely. I like seeing some guys that will give some good press conferences. Like I'm excited to see. Like I hope they get Usman and Colby in the same room.
Yeah, we got to get that done sometime this week, right?
Get some of those press conferences going. Like I'm ready.
I'm down for that too. My only beef here is it's not 5 rounds.
Yeah, it's only 3 rounds.
Yeah.
Well, I mean that makes sense. I mean, that's not like they're.
It does, but in the world where Leon versus Nate was 5 rounds, and then we just had Nick versus Lawler, that was 5 rounds. It was like, why can't this be 5 rounds then too? You know.
That's because Nick and Nate they're wild men.
Yeah, I suppose you have to have the last name Diaz to get 5 rounds without a title on the line.
They want those 5-round fights.
But still, very happy for Leon here that he got this fight because I feel like this fight had to happen. You guys can't brawl in the back and then never fight.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I know. It's absurd.
That whole 3-piece in a soda thing, like this was what put Jorge over. You know, like he knocked out Till, and then he did this in the back to Leon. He came up, gave him that 3-piece in a soda. Yeah. And then I felt like Jorge's name started getting bigger and bigger. And then remember, he got the Askren fight, and then he just got huge after that knee, then the BMF title. This was partly what made Jorge Masvidal the star he is today. So I'm very happy they got this fight done.
No, I'm excited about it. Yeah, this is a good fight. Like Leon, this is a good fight for him. Top guy, good money fight, good guy to get some eyes off of. Masvidal, if he gets the win, I mean, I would imagine that puts him back into title contention.
Especially if Colby wins next weekend, right?
Yeah,
I feel like
definitely.
Don't make that right away. If Jorge and Colby both win, they'll do that immediately.
100%. If Leon wins, then there's really just no excuse not to give him a title shot next at this point.
It already feels like there's no excuse. Right? The man's on like a 10-fight win streak. Like it's crazy.
No, 100%. I mean, he should be getting a title shot, but at least he's got this fight, which is one of the next best things in that division.
Yeah, I feel like the problem has just been Usman wants him to have a bigger name. But, if he just beat Nate, and then if he beats Masvidal now, that's as big as names you're going to fucking get.
It's an interesting thing for Usman to say, because I wouldn't necessarily say he is.
Usman has the same problem, right?
The biggest name in the world.
Yeah, I agree with that. I agree with that, man. Yeah, and I suppose the other problem is too, Usman was the last one to beat Leon, right? So even though that was back in 2016, so Yeah, but it'll be time to get that rematch if
There's enough time
Leon is
removed from
successful.
that. Enough time removed from it. He's won ever since then.
Yeah.
So,
At least it lines up perfectly too.
Yeah.
If Usman wins and then if Leon wins, right? They're both
Yeah.
they're fighting a month apart from each other, so they can
Yeah.
easily line up. Then do that title
No,
fight in like
definitely.
April, May.
100%.
Yeah. Okay. Then next piece of news: Calvin Kattar will fight Giga Chikate at UFC Fight Night 200 on January 15th. This will be our first headliner of the year, Sloan.
That'll be a fun one.
Fun fight. Great fight.
That'll be a very fun fight.
Striker's delight on that one.
I like both of them.
Yeah, me too.
They're both good fights. I mean, has Kattar fought since let's see what if I know he fought what Holloway.
Yeah, he fought Holloway in January of this year. That was his last fight, and I think he decided to take some time off after that because he took 2,000 strikes to the head during that fight.
Yeah, no, 100%. So that'd be a good fight for him to come back to.
Giga Chikate coming off the big win over Edson Barbosa last August.
Which that was a good fight.
Yeah, TKO'd him there. So definitely top 5 featherweights here.
Yeah,
closing in on title shots too. So
that'll be an exciting fight to see. Maybe I think after 268 you got the Holloway Rodriguez fight.
Yeah, that's already November 13th, so only 2 weeks from now. Which is another huge fight at featherweight there. Yeah, so it'll be interesting to see who ends up getting title shots there and whatnot, how this all shakes out.
Featherweight's looking like a lot of fun right now.
For sure. Always is, but yeah, right now specifically. Especially if... I don't know. If Holloway ends up winning, then I guess we're just going to do him versus Volkanovski.
Yeah, I mean, what else would you do at that point? I mean, you could do get a fight with Ortega.
Yeah, you could do Ortega's out there too. Maybe the winner of this even of Calvin Kattar, Giga ends up fighting Ortega, something like that.
For sure. I want to see Bryce back. I feel like I just haven't.
Yeah, Bryce Mitchell been out all year, huh?
Yeah, I know. Just haven't.
I think he had like a hand surgery or something like that.
Oh, really?
Yeah, okay. I think that was it. So been out a little while, but he should be coming back here pretty soon.
Yeah, I hope so.
Since we're on featherweight, I know Josh Emmett, Dan Ige just got announced for UFC 269 at the end of this year.
Okay.
Big fight for that division too. Yeah, maybe we'll see winners meet with Calvin Kattar, Giga Chikate, and Josh Emmett.
No, definitely. Yeah, that'd be a fun fight.
Yeah, a lot of guys out there. You're right. Featherweight's very fun right now.
Yeah, no, they have a lot of
prospects and stuff coming up, right?
Yeah.
Then our last piece of news, Sloan. Francis Ngannou versus Cyril Gane will headline the first pay-per-view of 2022 at UFC 270 on January 22nd. Here we go. Big heavyweight fight.
That's gonna be awesome. Like I'm stoked for that. Haven't seen Francis in a minute now.
Yeah, has been. I wonder when did he fight Stipe? Was that March last year or this year? So yeah, it has been a while. That's way too long to sit out. 10 months for Francis. That was he's not injured or anything. The UFC dropped the ball on that one.
Yeah, I don't know. It's irritating because like Francis was like, I don't want to be an inactive heavyweight, but here he is being an inactive heavyweight. It's like they forced him to almost, you know. Yeah, it's just like it just sucks. I'd like to see Francis fight more. Like, I don't want him getting older and just like not fighting.
Yeah,
like doing like one fight a year. Like that would suck.
Especially if he wins this one, I think okay, then we could just start rattling him off here, right?
Yeah,
I feel like this is Cyril Gane is his toughest test in that division right now. I feel like Cyril Gane is so technical and uses his range so well, and then the kicking aspect is going to be something completely different for Francis to have to deal with.
And the ground game's not bad either.
No, his ground game's not bad at all. He's so athletic too for that weight class. Like they both are.
I mean,
probably the two best athletes in that weight.
I mean, both of them for how big that they are, and they're so jacked. Like to be jacked and that big is like
it's crazy.
It's like insane. It's like
a different level of athlete.
Like you got to be quite the genetic specimen
for sure
for that kind of thing.
Yeah,
so it's like
they both are too. I think it's. I mean, it's surely the two best heavyweights in the world fighting each other right now. I feel like you know. I mean, maybe Stipe could get a win over Gane, but we'd have to see that. But Yeah,
for sure.
it just feels like this is the fight to make, and it's awesome that Jan has that interim title too. So
Yeah,
gonna be able to put the undisputed belt on the line. Gonna be really
yeah,
fun.
it'd be good for them to fight. And then yeah, I guess we'll see. We'll see what happens with Stipe. Because Stipe, look, he's still one of the top guys.
Yeah, he's still out there too. You know.
I mean, he's 1-1 against Ngannou right now. I mean, there's no reason they couldn't do a third fight.
No, not at all. Like you just
Yeah.
said, you want to see Ngannou be active, right? So
Yeah.
maybe Stipe will be ready to go, you know, a few months after this, and maybe
Yeah.
like come May, June, we end up getting Ngannou Stipe if Ngannou's successful, or Gan Stipe, you know.
Yeah, definitely, which would be great.
Yeah, definitely, both fantastic fights.
Mhm.
And that's it for big pieces of news this week.
Mhm.
Bum, bum. Now Sloan, next week already. We're doing this again, bud. Got
I know, I'm
UFC
excited. I'm
268
excited.
happening. Usman vs Covington 2, November 6th. Madison Square Garden. Big card. Big feel right here.
This card looks like so much fun.
Definitely. Now, normally what we do is we just go over the main and co-main events of all the upcoming fight nights. But since we just have this pay-per-view to look forward to, let's just go over the whole card here, bud.
Yeah, let's do it.
Deep enough to do it with, too.
Yeah, no, definitely.
We will start at the top then. Let's just get right into it. Kamaru Usman will defend his welterweight title against Colby Covington for the second time. Welterweight scrap here.
This should be a super fun fight.
I'm fucking amped, you know.
And I can't wait. Their first fight was great.
Legendary first fight.
Yeah,
one of my favorite title fights of all time.
It was so good. So I'm super stoked for this fight. Of course, as it has been known, I'm not a Usman fan.
No.
So I hope Colby's gonna win it.
You hope Colby pulls this one out, huh?
I hope Colby pulls it out. I mean, look, he was close that last fight.
Very close.
I mean,
people talk about it like Usman won every round. Like, no, that's not what happened, man. Each round was like up in the air until that fifth round comes, you know.
Well, I thought it was like, you know, when they were looking at the scorecards, it was looking like Colby was up on the scorecards going into that fifth round.
Was it? Okay.
Yeah.
I gotta rewatch the fight before this weekend.
So I'm pretty sure like if he hadn't got knocked out, there's a good chance Colby could have won that fight, just based off scorecard.
Yeah. No, good point.
And,
I'm kind of with you on wanting Colby to win because, like, I just want it for the storyline, man. Because these two, they're just so evenly matched. Like, it's so fun to watch these two.
I mean, you also just kind of want them to win so they get the third fight.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. Then we end up getting the trilogy fight, and then we can play out that whole storyline. You know, it's like Goku and Vegeta. You know, that's what it feels like here. You know,
I know, it's so good.
I remember going into the first one too. It's crazy how close their stats were. They both just had one loss, same amount of wins. The guy Colby beat is the guy Usman lost to, and the guy Usman beat is the guy Colby lost to. That's how it was heading into that.
I know they're almost just identical fighters.
Yeah,
I mean, it's just like
two relentless wrestlers with good striking, good hands. I suppose the output favors a little bit more Colby, and then the power favors a little bit more Usman, but then other than that, they're neck and neck just everywhere.
No, definitely. So I'll be excited to see. I mean, going into this fight, I think I said this before in our last podcast. I mean, Usman, just in terms of like what I've seen from him his past couple fights to Colby, Usman looks more improved than Colby does, but you know, we'll see.
Colby could have been working in the shadows though here, you know? We don't know. You know?
Definitely.
Like, all we've seen of Colby since their last fight is the Tyron Woodley fight, which, I mean, he absolutely dominated Woodley the whole time. So, there's not too much to go on there. But for all we know, Colby's just become more and more of a savage this whole time. So, But then Usman, on the other hand, we have seen just look better and better, especially striking-wise these last few fights. Like, his hands look fantastic in the Gilbert Burns fight. I know he got dropped in that fight, but he still looked fantastic. And then, obviously, the Masvidal knockout was just probably KO of the year right now, you know, up there at least.
That KO was vicious.
Yeah, beautiful right hand.
Like the sweat bomb that just like...
that step through right hand. And, like, you can tell he's putting his whole body weight behind that. Yeah.
That was a vicious knockout.
Are training under new camps this time. I know Colby's somewhere in Miami now, training with a couple other fighters, and then Usman over in Colorado with Trevor Whitman, Justin Gaichi, and Rose.
Man, Trevor Whitman is such a good coach.
It really has
Like,
seemed to take
yeah,
Usman's, specifically his
yeah,
striking, to the next
yeah.
level.
No,
Training under
100%,
Whitman.
100%. Like, it's hard to say because, like I said, not a big fan of Usman, but man, he is a good fighter, and he is just looking more improved, looking great.
Getting finishes now too. That's
Yeah,
the
getting
thing. Yeah.
finishes, and it's fun stuff. But man, I want him to lose so bad. Come on, Colby, get in there, boy. I need you to get that victory.
I want him
Get
to
him out of
lose.
here. Get this little snoozman out of here. I don't need this. I don't need this crud going on.
That's another
Cause
thing with Usman focusing so
yeah,
much on his striking, right? Is that
yeah,
maybe he's forgotten a little bit about his wrestling here, you know? And maybe
yeah,
Kobe comes in and he's able to wrestle him more
mhm,
and get some
yeah,
takedowns, you know, get Usman tired, you know? We don't know.
yeah, definitely, no, definitely. Yeah, I'll be interested to see. I think it's just gonna be a fun. 'Cause even that first fight was so dirty. Like I hope this fight's dirty. Like
I
I
do
want
too. Look,
I have this
both kicking
already.
groins, grabbing fences,
Yeah,
this eye
yeah.
pokes. They no fucks
Just,
given in this fight.
just doing
No
it.
blood
Like,
lost. They hate
ooh,
each other, you know? It's always
ooh.
nice when two guys legitimately hate each other,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know?
No. I agree. I like it. Oh, like I like the heels. Like I'm just like
I'm a
if you
big
want to
fan too.
be the heel, I'm all for it. Let's get it going. I love it.
It's
Let's do
fun
it.
too with Colby because you know it's an
Yeah,
act, you know? Like he
yeah,
leans so hard. He'll admittedly tell you it's an
yeah,
act, you know, and he'll lean so
yeah.
hard into it, and he just won't
I
drop the
mean.
act either for a second. Like he'll tell you it's an act, but he won't drop it.
That's what I keep saying about John Jones. He just needs to embrace the heel.
He
Like
should. John Jones should make a full heel
he
turn.
just needs to embrace it, and it would
I'm
just
with you
all
on
be
that.
okay. It'd just all be okay after that. It's like, all right, John. I'm excited for that fight. I can't wait. This is gonna be a fun fight. 'Cause I think isn't it Madison Square Garden again?
Yeah, it's at
Am I?
MSG.
Yeah.
Yeah, sold out
Which
crowd
is
too. So come to you.
which is
I
awesome.
hope it's just a war again.
Oh,
That's my big hope
yeah.
here. So who are you going with? We'll do picks too. Why not? You
I'm
going with
going. I,
Colby?
I'm going with Colby.
Going
I'm going with
Colby.
Colby.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm going with Colby. I it's hard because like Usman has looked so good. Man, I think Colby can get it. I think
Okay.
he was close last time. I think
He
if he
was
just
very
makes it,
close.
I think if he makes the right adjustments, he'll be able to get it this go around.
I want Colby just so
Uh-huh,
I get the
uh-huh.
trilogy, just for the
Yeah,
storyline, because it'd be so good.
yeah,
But in my
it'll be
mind, man,
good.
I gotta go with Usman
It's
here.
it, like it's hard. Like I said, it's hard not to think Usman's not gonna get it because he's just been such a dominant.
He's just looked so good lately, you know.
He's just he looks great.
Sure, right now this year just feels like
Yeah,
Usman's year. He'll definitely be, if he
no, I
wins
feel
this
that.
fight convincingly, he's gonna be
Yeah.
fight of the year
Oh yeah,
probably, you
yeah.
know.
No, definitely.
But yeah, I gotta go with Usman. I'm thinking a late
Mhm,
TKO. I think the
mhm.
wrestling's gonna end up canceling each other out again because they're both
Right.
just so good. So it's gonna be on the feet, and I think just with
Mhm.
Usman's involved striking and that power,
Mhm.
he's gonna finish it a little bit earlier. I'll go like Usman TKO around 4. I'd probably be my
Mhm.
best bet.
See for Colby, I'd say it has to go to decision. Like Colby's not much of a finisher. Like he
No,
usually just
he can, right, but it's like TKO just off output, right?
yeah. No, definitely. But yeah, I mean either way, I'm excited to see that fight.
Me too. Amped for
It's
it.
it's gonna be an awesome fight.
Yeah.
I'm stoked for it.
And then the co-main event for the women's
Mhm,
strawweight title, Rose Namajunas defends her belt against Zhang Wei Li for the
mhm.
second time. Bum, bum,
Yeah,
bum.
that should be a fun fight. We'll see how it goes. Rose stunned the world, I would say, with that win last time.
Yeah,
Got
I
that kick.
expected her to win, but I didn't expect her to
Yeah,
win like that, you know?
super quick.
Yeah, very
Very,
quick. I wonder
very.
if that's a hole in Wei-Lin's game, you know, defensive striking, because she did get hit a lot in the Joanna fight too, if you
Mhm.
remember.
Yeah.
So she's very hittable, it seems. So if that's a
Mhm.
hole in the game, I gotta imagine she hasn't had enough time to clear up that hole. You know, it hasn't
Yeah.
been very long. That was only last April. So
Yeah, no, I know. Hasn't been a minute, and I agree. Yeah, we'll see how it goes. I'm not too sure. I feel like that fight could go either way.
I know
And
Wei-Lin now training over at Henry Cejudo's camp for this fight, which is
oh
interesting.
really?
Yeah,
That is
so I don't
interesting.
know if she's gonna come in with more of a wrestling approach, but that doesn't sound like a good idea against Rose. Like Rose,
Yeah.
if you're not extremely good at
Mhm.
defensive submissions and stuff
Mhm.
like that, Rose is gonna choke you
Yeah.
out. You know.
Yeah. No, definitely. Yeah, it'd be a tough fight. It'll be a tough fight. I imagine. I guess we'll see. Rose could just clean it up again really
She
quick,
could.
or
I hope it goes a
uh,
little bit longer. I hope
yeah,
we get like 3-4 rounds here of something. Like
yeah,
obviously I'd like a finish, but
no, definitely.
I hope we get more of a fight here.
Mhm. Yeah. Uh, I'm not even sure who to go with on it, to be honest. Like, because Wei Li has looked great. Like in most of her fights, she's looked so good.
Yeah, everything besides the last fight,
Yeah,
really.
yeah.
I mean, the
So
Unanimous fight was extremely close. That was obviously like one of the best
that
fights ever. But
that fight was awesome.
yeah,
That fight was awesome. Um, I'll go with Rose. I'll go with Rose on that fight.
yeah.
Oh, Thug Rose. She's gonna pull out that
Fuck
victory.
Rose. Yeah, I'm leaning with Rose too. I think she'll.
Um,
I think she drops her at some point, third or
um,
fourth, and then gets
um,
the choke. Just
uh-huh,
grabs on the back, gets
um,
a rear naked choke in after
um,
that. So I'll go Rose third round sub, something like that.
um,
I think that sounds about right. Rose's jiu-jitsu game is extremely high level too.
um.
You don't talk about enough.
Plus, plus, us Americans need at least one champ.
That's a good point. Yeah, is this the
We
only
need.
one right now?
I think
No, we got.
so.
Oh no, Usman technically doesn't count.
Yeah, I mean,
Usman's like the closest to like,
he's
you count, buddy.
yeah, like he counts, but he's repping Nigeria, so
Ngannou,
is what it is.
Glover's Brazilian, although he is a U.S.
Yeah,
citizen. So,
yeah, it's true.
Izzy, no, Izzy's New
Uh,
Zealand.
uh,
What's welterweight? Usman, no. Lightweight is
Oliveira,
Oliveira right now.
Brazilian.
Poirier's
Yeah,
gonna take that.
yeah. I hope so. I hope so.
Yeah, you're right though. Americans do need one belt at all times.
Let's go, Rose. You can do it, girl.
Got it,
You
Rose.
got it. You got it. You're the best.
The next up, the one everyone's looking forward to, Justin Gaethje versus Michael Chandler.
This
Three
fight's gonna be
round lightweight
awesome.
bout. Can't wait for this fight. It's gonna be
Yeah,
fucking amazing.
this fight's gonna be awesome. Ooh, I
There's
don't know
ever a fight to
who.
be like, just watch it.
Yeah,
Like I don't care who
yeah.
you are, watch this fight
Uh-huh.
because it's gonna be something.
100%. I can't wait. Man. I feel like this fight's gonna be a brawl. Just gonna
Yeah,
be
I
a
think they're just gonna
hell of a
come out and
brawl.
it's gonna be hectic as long as it
Yeah,
lasts.
yeah.
I'm leaning with I got Gaethje. I think Gaethje's just hits a little too hard for Chandler.
Mhm,
Like
mhm.
Gaethje cracks. I think
Yeah,
it's like between him and McGregor, who's the hardest hitter in that division.
mhm.
And
Yeah,
it
definitely.
might just very well be Justin Gaethje. I know he gets hit a lot, but he also has a very good chin, and I don't
Mhm.
know. It's gonna be hard for Chandler to land
He's
that
done
one.
he's done a lot better with not getting hit as much.
Yeah, ever since
Yeah.
after the Eddie Alvarez
Mhm.
fight, he's gotten a lot
Yeah,
more
yeah.
technical. Or no, after the
No,
Dustin
definitely.
Poirier fight, my bad. But yeah, ever
Yeah.
since then, he's gotten a lot more technical, hit a lot less. So
Mhm.
yeah, I'm going with Gaethje here. I think Gaethje pulls it out. I think it's hectic as long as it lasts. Just a crazy 1 round fight. Then towards the end of the first, I think Gaethje clips him with something, drops him, finishes him.
Yeah, definitely. I feel like I got things. I think I've seen Michael Chandler fight a couple times. I feel like his probably best chances probably in the beginning, first round. If he lays out a crazy offense in the beginning, kind of catches Gaethje off guard. I think the longer the fight goes on, it probably favors Gaethje a little bit more.
Yeah, I've been watching Chandler for years,
Uh,
and like he
uh,
always gets his knockouts when the guys are backing up. Like the Hooker one,
yeah,
Hooker was backing,
yeah,
and it's
yeah,
just like Justin Gaethje's not gonna back up.
yeah. That's not
Like
gonna happen.
he's not gonna give you that opportunity.
Uh-huh.
But yeah,
But
gonna be
yeah,
a great fight. I can't wait. They
yeah,
just
yeah.
brawl it out for a round.
No,
Chandler gets
definitely.
finished. Can't wait though. Certainly contender for fight of the night.
Oh, 100%.
Next up then, another contender for fight of the night. Shane Burgos fights Billy Quarantillo
Mhm.
at featherweight bout. Big fan of Shane Burgos here. I think always comes to scrap.
Yep. No, definitely. Yeah, it should just be a fun fight. Should just be a good fight.
Yeah, good one for the main card. I feel like not the most
Yeah,
name wise, but
uh-huh.
Billy Cortillo also comes to scrap. So this
Yeah.
another this card in general is just full of like fight of the night fights.
Yeah.
Might not be
No,
like the quickest
100%.
finishes and stuff, but like they're full
Yeah.
of just straight up brawls. So
No, definitely. So, yeah, I think this will just be a fun fight.
yeah, me
Good
too.
one. Good one for Billy. So I don't think Billy's ranked. So I think this is a good fight for him to like try to
Yeah,
get
no, and I think
into.
Shane Burgos is ranked like 12 right now, something like that. So
Yeah, something like that.
yeah, Billy Cortillo
I
been
think.
around a little while now.
Mhm.
2018, he made his debut. So
Mhm. Yeah, that should be just a fun fight
I
all
forget what
around.
Shane Burgos. Shane Burgos is coming off that loss to Edson Barbosa. That's right, from last May. Quick
Yeah.
turnaround from here. Remember that one that was like that delayed knockout?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a weird knockout, and then
That
he
was a
just
weird
like fell
knockout.
way later. And then he's coming off
Yeah.
that war too with Josh Edmond, so he's coming
Yeah.
off a couple wars here. Hopefully, he's gonna end up getting shinny here, you know, with all these
No, definitely.
bad fights. But yeah, I would pick Shane Burgos to win here.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd
His
probably go with
boxing's
Shane as
very
well.
technical. I think it'll be a great fight for as long as it lasts, though.
No, definitely.
Uh,
Man, I,
good.
I gotta say this last fight.
Oh, the main card opener.
Frankie. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
Frankie Edgar fights Marlon Cheeto Vera, bantamweight bout. Your main card opener.
Man, I like Frankie Edgar a lot. I do not know if he should still be fighting right now.
I'm with you to a
honest.
certain point because like he has been around so long now. Like this man has just been through wars. I've been watching Frankie Edgar for so long now, man. Like I remember back when he fought like Gray Maynard when he first won the title. He won the title against BJ Penn. This is stuff like 11 years ago now, you know, and he's still doing it. He's still at the top today. So I agree. He needs to start thinking about handing it up, but he is just coming off the loss to Santagan. And, you know, it was that brutal flying knee that he got caught with, but it's like a lot of guys get caught with that knee from Sanhagen, man. Like he landed that on Dillashaw twice. He landed it on Jan, we just saw. So
no, definitely. Like he could definitely win the fight. But I don't know. I feel like Marlon's probably got this fight.
You think so?
I think so.
Yeah, I don't. Cheeto Vera is hard one to tell to get a good read on because he has lost to every time he fights like the top guys. He does lose. We just saw it against Sean O'Malley. Sonya Donnie has lost to. That was a featherweight bout, but still.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
No, definitely.
If this would be a big turning point for Cheeto Vera if he's able to pull this one out, I think.
No, definitely.
We'll be able to really start talking about Cheeto being in the top of that division if he pulls out a win against Frankie. But I don't know. I'm gonna go Frankie here. I think Frankie's still got it in him. I think he'll be able to pull out a decision here. He uses wrestling a little bit. Just be the bet in there.
I would like to see Frankie win.
I would too.
Between the two, I would like to see Frankie win, get that victory. I just gotta wonder, is he trying to go for that title shot again? I mean, like he's pretty up there in the rankings. I feel like if he loses this fight, I feel like he might have a hard time
ever getting another title shot.
Yeah,
I'm with you. I feel like he kind of got rejuvenated a little when he dropped down to bantamweight, you know, and then he picked up that big win against Pedro Munoz, and then Santagan just stopped him cleaning his tracks there.
Yeah. That was just such a vicious KO. That's like a KO that I feel like kind of changes you a little bit.
That's KO of the year.
Never
mind Usman Mazin. That flying knee is like that
was.
You might be right, man. That might have, you know, there's certain times where like you see the souls leave a fighter's body.
Oh man, he was just like in rigor mortis almost, and just like fell right over. He was just out for a while, and I was like, ooh.
There's been some brutal KOs this year, and that's probably the most brutal,
man.
You know.
Oh, there's been a couple, and that one was definitely like
scary one to see.
Yeah, definitely. But we'll see. I think Marlon's got this one, but we'll see. You're not wrong, Marlon. When he gets the bigger fights, he seems to kind of
drops the ball a little bit.
Kind of drops the ball on it. You know?
Yeah. We'll see. I'm a big fan of both guys, so can't wait for the fight. Okay, cool. Your main prelim then. Alex Pereira fights Andres Mechalodias. Don't know who that guy is. This Alex Pereira guy, though, he is a Glory Kickboxing guy. I don't know if he's the champ over there or what, but he is the only guy to knock out Israel Adesanya. And he only has a 2-0 MMA record, but this is his UFC debut. So it seems like they're just giving him this based off him having knocked out Izzy in kickboxing before.
I mean, if he ends up doing well, I mean, that's a fun fight for Izzy.
It's a fun rematch, right? Like they're gonna start needing Izzy fights soon if he keeps beating all these guys at middleweight. So I guess that's their idea here. Like, hey, maybe this Pereira guy is able to string a few wins together, and we can feed him to Izzy.
No, definitely. Yeah, that's a fun fight. That's a fun fight. Yeah, I'll be interested to see.
It's always fun watching high level kickboxers come over, because they always have such like really impressive striking. You can see it right off the bat against some of these lower level MMA guys. Okay, cool. Sloan. We were having technical issues. Alex Pereira though, very exciting.
Yep. Very exciting.
Kickboxers coming over. Love seeing it.
Let's see how it goes.
Always love seeing the striking. Okay, next fight. Ali Quinta will fight Bobby Green, lightweight bout. Second prelim. Prelims are stacked on this card.
Yeah. This should be a fun fight.
Yeah, this should be a very good fight.
A good fun fight.
Yeah, Ali Quinta hasn't fought in a little while. I think his last fight was that Dan Hooker loss a couple years back. I don't think he's fought during this whole COVID thing. So yeah, a little while back for Dan or Ali Quinta, but you know, he's got his real estate business that he's very busy with. All he ever talks about. I think Bobby Green's coming off that loss to Rafael Fiziev. Back in like August or something.
That was a good fight.
Yeah, he held his own with that one.
Yeah, Bobby Green's look good.
Bobby Green always looks good, right? Yeah. Like Bobby Green's a gangster, you know.
He does. And honestly, going into this fight, I probably gotta go for. I feel like he's.
Who are you going with?
Probably going with Bobby.
Going with Bobby. I think I'm gonna go with Bobby Green too. I think he pulls out a decision here. I don't think Ali Quinta's as into it as he once was. I've heard a couple interviews with Al over the past couple of months, and he doesn't. I don't know. He doesn't really sound like a guy that really like wants to go for a title. It just kind of sounds like he just wants to take fights here and there, and he's very good. So maybe he does end up pulling it out. But Bobby Green is one of those guys that I've always wanted to see get his shine. You know, I'm not thinking like Bobby Green's ever gonna get like a title shot or anything, but I'd like to see him like headline a couple of events. You know, some fight nights or whatever, fight some type contenders. You know, Bobby Green's a big fan favorite, so it'd be nice to see him get this win. I think.
No, for sure. I do agree.
Your next fight, middleweight, Phil Haas fights Chris Curtis. Phil Haas, pretty big prospect here, I'd say. I know he's on a good win streak here in the UFC. Let me see here. He's on a 3-fight win streak. Had a couple of contender night fights too, so yeah, he's been around a little while. Guy with a lot of knockout power here. I'm not familiar with the other guy though.
Chris Curtis. Yeah, me either. I'm not too sure.
Chris Curtis. Yeah, sounds like a lot of other guys. But yeah, I'll go Phil Haas, knockout, something like that.
Yeah, I'm gonna just see how that fight goes. I think I've seen Phil's past couple fights. He's looked pretty good.
Yeah, definitely. One of those guys.
Interested to see.
Next up, another middleweight. Edmond Shibazian fights Nasser Amav. God, these names. Let me tell you. Like just name your kid something else. Jesus.
They are tough. Very tough names.
I got Edmond Shibazian out though. Edmond Shibazian been around not a while now. I know he's still super young. Yeah, he's only 23. Yeah. It's crazy when I'm older than guys. I'm always like, oh my god, these guys are fucking.
I feel you.
What am I doing with my life? You know.
No, I feel you there. Yeah, it'll be fun to see him. I know he hasn't won his last 2 fights. I think he's lost.
Yeah, he just lost to Jack Hermanson. Yeah, and then before that was Derek Brunson, right?
Yeah.
So Shibazian was like doubted as like the next guy that maybe become the youngest champion. Maybe beat Janzon's record. Yeah. We get one of these guys every couple of years that'll come in. Yeah. It was Macy Barber for a little while, and Edmond Shibazian. We'll get these people that are like super young come in, like, oh, maybe this person will beat Janzon's record, and then they always get stopped at some point. But hey, losing to Derek Brunson and Jack Hermanson at 23, that's not that bad, man. You know, those are 2 of the top guys in that division.
Yeah, both of them super tough dudes. I think the guy he's fighting's not ranked, so they're just kind of getting his
feet back on there, right? Yeah,
definitely.
It's a good idea.
He's a young dude. He's got a lot ahead of him. You know?
For sure. Only 23.
He doesn't need to feel rushed. You know, take a couple fights.
Fucking Glover Teixeira is 20 years older than him and just won the belt. So. And then
it's exciting.
For sure. Yeah, I'll go with Edmond. Get back on track here. Next up, Ian Gary versus Jordan Williams. Not familiar with either of these two. What?
Jordan Williams, I know I've seen before is that wild hair dude. I think he fought Mickey Gall last.
Oh, really? Oh, okay. I know who you're talking about. Interesting.
Uh,
He's the guy that lost to him, then, right?
yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. That's a good fight. I always
Yeah.
trust the matchmakers on big cards like these with the prelims because
Mhm.
they always know what they're doing on these big
Yeah.
cards. Like you don't want a dull moment in these pay per views. Like
No,
even
definitely.
throughout the prelims, you kind of just want it to flow and like
Yeah.
it to always be exciting. Because then by the time the main event hits, then everyone's hyped. If the whole card has
Yeah.
been exciting,
No, 100%. So yeah, that should be a fun fight. Yeah, all these early prelims I'm looking at right now, I don't recognize too many of these guys. Like I know I've seen a couple of them fight.
The one I do want to talk about is John
Mhm.
Volante versus Chris Barnett. Look up Chris
Uh-huh.
Barnett because he's just this big fat dude who does crazy flips and shit, and he's a fun guy to watch. I don't think he's very
Okay,
good, but
yeah.
like, dude is a character, that's for sure. He does a lot of crazy dances after he wins. I don't think he even has a win in the UFC yet, but like I've seen some footage of him outside of the UFC, and he's quite the character.
Sounds like it'll be fun. It looks like you fought Ben Rothwell last.
Yeah, yeah, did not do very
Uh,
well. John
yeah.
Volante too. He's of course been around a while. He's on a 3 fight
Mhm,
losing streak here, but
mhm.
he's up at heavyweight now. I know he's got a little bit of a belly going now too, so should be
Be a
fun
be a fight of the bellies. Sounds good.
for sure. Hopefully they just slam into each other. I'll be down for that.
Just got to turn it into a sumo match. There you
Sloan, that's gonna
go.
do it for us for this week.
Sounds like it, buddy. Oh yeah, I'm excited. I can't wait for this card next. Like, oh man,
Me too. We get
so
to
stoked
do
for it.
this again next week.
Mhm,
We can do this
for
again.
sure.
We will have next week's post show up next week
Mhm.
Monday. So y'all get a week to view this one, have some fun,
Mhm.
get ready for
I
some
will.
fights next Saturday. Once
And
again,
we'll
love
be
it.
back. Yep,
2 big pay-per-views.
it's great.
Great time to be a fan. Great time to be alive.
Yeah, good end of the year fights coming up. That's for sure.
For sure. Yeah, the last 2
Mhm,
pay-per-views of this year are sick. So
mhm.
good time. Good time to be alive. All
Yeah,
right.
definitely.
Thank you everyone for watching. I'd like to remind everyone subscribe to our channel. You can go over there
Mhm.
if you're into video games. Go over and watch the proper Nerdic Gods podcast. Watching us talk about
Yeah,
video games. Got 2 nerds over there that I host the show with, so it's a good time. All right.
sounds
Thank you
like a
everyone.
good one.
Yeah.
See you later.
All right. Bye bye.